Welcome, girls. Thank you so much for joining us and for doing this. So, as Carolina said, you are the future of the world and of food, both as people who like to cook, but also as people who go out and eat and will go out and eat. So, we kind of wanted to hear what you got to say, basically. So, I'm Iman over here. She takes lessons from a very dear friend of our community, Damelis. She was interested in cooking, and her mom brings in Damelis at home, and Damelis teaches her how to cook. And you end up cooking for your friends and your family, and you cook dinner as well for everyone, correct?
Oh, sorry. I'm Angel Barishok. I'm 11 years old, and I love to cook. And there's this awesome academy called the Real Food Academy. Brie also here goes there. It is so cool. You should definitely try it out. It also has adult cooking classes, and I ended up loving it and also cooking for my whole family, basically.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Brittany Martinez. I'm 12 years old, and I also go to the Real Food Academy. And when I grow up, maybe not grow up, but maybe next year, maybe next month, I want to have my own cooking show to help people learn how to cook and make healthier food choices.
Yes. Woo. And Angel, you mentioned that you want to be a food and beverage lawyer.
Yeah, I want to be a corporate food and beverage lawyer when I grow up.
Amazing. Well, there's someone here called David Martinez, which we should introduce you to. He's an amazing guy in our community as well. He's a lawyer, and he's probably the lawyer of most of the restaurants in glutonomy in this room. So we should definitely introduce you. And Iman, what do you want to be when you grow up?
When I'm older, I don't know what I want to be yet, but I have a couple things in mind, like maybe a fashion designer or an architect. And if those don't work out, then maybe like a cook.
Okay. Yes, we've all been there. Uh-huh. And you're 9, correct? Okay, amazing. So I actually realized that I haven't not told you about myself. So I was born and raised in Venezuela. And I decided I wanted to be a chef when I was 13 years old, in a very sort of light bulb moment. Very much against my family's will, who are all lawyers, and couldn't believe that their daughter was not going to go to university. And then I started cooking when I was 15. And one of the things that I think a lot when I look back at what I've done is when I started cooking in restaurants at this age, I never thought I would be doing what I'm doing today. Because at that point, I couldn't really see a future as a cook, as a chef, that was beyond a restaurant, And I was very lucky to move to Spain and travel and work in different places and realize that, to this day, I've been cooking for over 20 years, and I don't work in a restaurant, but I am still a chef, and I am still very passionate about it. So there's many sort of avenues that, or places, better said, where food can take you. And I think that's quite important when you think about your future. So, keep that passion of cooking going, because you don't know where it's going to take you. And who knows, maybe you'll end up designing very cool chefware, and you combine those two things, right? Great. So we want to kind of know a little bit like, when did you started cooking, or who got you into cooking? Who got you into food? Was it in your family? Was it something you saw? Like, what was that little starting point? Yeah.
Okay. So as soon as I hit the age of 3, I was already seeing my mom cooking up some delicious meals, and basically anyone. I always wanted to help, and I was just so curious about food and how it would taste depending on what you put on it. So I would always want to help out, and I would, even if it was just taking out the food or the ingredients that my mom needed, or just smashing up some garlic to put in a dish, I just wanted to be a part of it. And as soon as I was the age of 8, I wanted to take things into my own hand and cook my favorite meal, which was mashed potatoes. So I decided to experiment a little bit, and I think it was the best decision I had ever made. And that's really what got me into cooking. And I saw that cooking wasn't just a hobby, it was something that I really wanted to be more a part of. So my mom put me in the Real Food Academy, where I've been learning how to make a lot of meals, like pastas, salads, and a bunch of pastries. And I really love it.
And how long have you been at the academy?
I've only been there for 1 year, but I've learned so much.
Amazing. And you, Angel?
Well, I like Brie. I've been literally so passionate about food. I saw my mom cooking at like 2. I remember the exact moment. She was cooking some soup. It's a Russian soup called. It was like some sort of tomato soup, and I fell in love with it. It was so delicious. My mom makes it the best, and I decided that I should like help her and stuff. So I really fell in love with it, and by the age of like 5, I was like really helping, not just like watching around being like woohoo. And when I turned like 8, yeah, basically like 8, I moved here, and I was at this birthday party in the Real Food Academy, and I decided, damn, this is really good. I want to go there, and I started like going there, and now I've been there for 3.5 years.
Wow.
Now at the teen class, and I love it absolutely.
Amazing. And you, Iman?
Like what Brittany said, I always like to help out in the kitchen. And when I was 3.5, I saw my mom and like my nanny making like food, and I started like helping out. And then when I turned 4.5, I think I actually started like cooking. And my favorite thing to make was pancakes, cause I don't know, that was just I liked it. And then I just started cooking, and then I just really liked it as a hobby, and now I just cook.
Great. Yeah, exactly. Amazing. So I think kind of like the message, and this is, bear with me. I mean, we practiced a little bit yesterday. It's very important that I told the girls to be themselves, to say their genuine answers, that when you're giving your opinion about something, there's no wrong answer because it's you, right? It's not a mathematical equation, it's what you feel. So I love the fact that all the answers came down to the fact that food really starts at home, and it's really our duty as adults to teach, where food comes from, how do you prepare it, and how you like it. And don't get me wrong, you can still be picky and not like onions or tomatoes or whatever, but it's important that you know what is a tomato and how to cook it and how to prep it, right? Amazing. So you both touched on what you started cooking, which is mashed potatoes and pancakes. But is there, like, currently, let's say, what would be your favorite food to either cook or eat?
So my favorite food is definitely lasagna. I think it's like a really comforting food for me, and it's like really flavorful. And plus, it's also a food that brings people together with family and friends, and that's something that I really like.
Amazing.
Well, again, at 5 years old, I tried pasta, like the one that my mom makes, the best again, so good. And I decided that I should try to make it. It's a really easy recipe, 2 eggs and 1 cup of flour. You should definitely try it at home. Makes the best, like with a pinch of salt. And I tried it, made my own like way, like different shapes and stuff like that. I even added food coloring, made little avocados out of it. Delicious. And I would say that's my favorite food to make, especially. It's a really calming process.
Nice.
I think mine is probably like steak or any type of meat, because when my dad is from Paris, so like whenever I go to like Paris, I like always eat steak there, and here too, and it's really easy for me to make by myself, like without any help, and I think like steak is just like really good.
How do you eat your steak?
I eat it medium rare. And
Good girl.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to ask you one more question about like the present, and then we're going to go into the future. Okay, so if you were in charge of the school lunch, dun, 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 what would you do? What would you change? What would you like to see? What would you do with your school lunches? Let Angel start now. Let's see.
Okay. Um, I think I have a bunch of ideas, including like a little vending machine, I guess, kind of that and like a microwave kind of thing that warms up your food. Like no matter if you're vegetarian, flexitarian, whatever, and like provides a really good meat with the protein that you need.
As a
Or
vending
without.
machine.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And well, that's basically it.
Okay, great.
So in my school, I think they do kind of what I had in mind. So they prepare meals that are basically for people with different diets, or whether you just like everything, like you're not really a picky eater. So basically for like vegans or vegetarians, whatever diet you have. And I also think it should be really balanced. So maybe one day you can have a fun day where you can eat pizza, but also one day have it a little bit more healthy. Maybe salad, or not even salad. It doesn't have to be salad because, you know, but just have a balanced meal and also include everyone with different diets too.
Amazing. Anything to add? Or to change?
For if I was in charge of school lunches, I would probably have menus, maybe, or something like that everybody can have, like for vegetarian or like any. Yeah, there would maybe be like one side of like a salad bar or something, or not salad only, but like other stuff, and then one like other bar with like regular food, I guess, and like it would change every day.
So does that mean that your food at school doesn't change every day? Is it quite like samey?
Well, like my lunch at school does change every day, but they also have like it's basically what my school has, but my school doesn't have a menu. But they have like a salad bar and like healthy choices, and then on like the other side there's like heated meals that are like not only for like vegan or like vegetarian food.
Okay, so I think what's important then is to basically be healthy and be diverse. Have a bit of everything, right?
And
Great.
also I have something to add. And also like the vending machine, my idea. I would also like connect it to like a farm that provides the organic food without any like processed things. Like
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Okay, so as you probably know, the theme of this conference is the future. And we've been for 2 days talking about what all these guys think what the future of food is going to be as a business, as farmers, as chefs, so different, all the different like people that make the food industry, right? And we really want to hear what you got to think about the future, right? So, how do you imagine the food of the future? Like, do you think that, tomatoes and apples are gonna look the same? Do you think we're gonna be eating like food that is from space? Do you think it's gonna all be done in pills? Like, do you imagine the food of the future?
I think we might be eating some of the same foods that we eat today. Many of them are probably going to stay since food is such a cultural and emotional part of our lives. But I do believe that some foods will change since technology and climate change and population growth. There will probably be new foods that will exist in the future. Um, and also, a lot of different parts of the world are also working on plant-based alternatives and 3D. What's it called?
3D printing?
Yeah, 3D printed meals.
Okay, so you think it will be like a combination of like really techie stuff and then the classics, let's say. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, may I add something? I actually saw that printer on internet too. I'm not sure if anybody of you saw it, like on Instagram, let's say. Like I saw it, it's really cool too. Really good idea.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
And well, I would think it would probably half and half change. Like, but I think the human, like us ourselves, will change it, like we did to watermelons, strawberries, carrots, bananas, stuff like that. And it'll probably also change by the climate, like you said. Um, well, yeah, that's basically the whole idea.
I don't really like know that much to say, but kind of like what Angel said, I think it'll change over time, and it'll definitely be with like more technology, and yeah.
Okay, amazing. Yes, super. So let's see now. So we thought about the future of like the food itself, but obviously you guys been to restaurants, right? And you've been lucky enough to dine out, which is amazing. Do you think like the restaurant itself is going to change? Like, do you think that we're gonna have robots as waiters or as cooks? Do you think we're gonna be like, I don't know, eating in VR? Do you or do you think people would still wanna sit down with a fork and a knife and eat? You wanna go first?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
I think there will definitely be like robot waiters because when I went to Japan with my mom and my brother and my dad, we went to this restaurant and there was like, and in Singapore, there was waiters as like robots. And also, I think there will definitely be like something to do with VR. And like, I think in the future, technology will be like really like advanced than it is right now. And I think it'll definitely change like a lot.
Just on that. And how did it make you feel when you were in that restaurant being served? Like, did you miss having a human to talk to? Or
Not really, because like I didn't get to like order with the robot, but there was this one time where like I like how like the fact that it just brings your food, and also like I actually did get to order on it because it has like a little pad like screen thingy, and then you just like order what you want from it, and then it just brings you your food, and I don't really see a difference with like the robot and like a normal waitress. Um, Not like because it doesn't really change anything. It's just like a robot taking your order, like as if it was like a person. So I don't think it'll like.
what's
I
different?
think yeah.
Okay, great.
Well, the future of food, like the restaurants themselves, there are some ways it can go. Like in like the 2000s and stuff like that, they thought that by now we'll have like flying cars, but we almost got to the idea. So it's actually almost impossible to predict. It
Very good.
is, but like also isn't. And I have like a couple of ideas like that Japan like robots. It's actually a really cool like idea. I think like a lot of more restaurants will catch on to it. But humans can't like wait, sorry. Robots can't replace humans, like not fully, especially in like chefs and cooking. And
Why do you think that?
though
Why do you think we cannot be replaced by robots?
robots don't have the enough they don't have enough emotions and taste and everything like that. But well yeah, that's basically the thing. And restaurants, how I think they will change is I think they'll be like yeah. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Like categories, like one category like romantic, the other one like to like a work one, or maybe just casual. Like
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, great. And you really.
So I don't know if you guys have seen it, but so when you order DoorDash, sometimes robots like come and get your food and like take it to you. I think it's pretty cool. As Angel said, I think it would be a little bit hard to predict what the future would be like, but I kind of see it happening that maybe robots can be waiters. I've seen some restaurants actually do it, and unless it's like super advanced technology, maybe they can have emotions, but I also think we should also still have some humans to be able to communicate.
Uh-huh. So you think it's important to still keep humans being part of the food industry and then the restaurant industry, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think that? Why do you think we still need to keep humans involved?
Because a lot of people have a passion like for like working at restaurants and being chefs and also communicating with like their customers. So that's why I think that. And yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. So it's kind of like there's a part of the restaurants that could be served with robots, maybe, and then there's another part of the restaurant that humans will still be involved. Maybe something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Take note, guys. So, sorry. you had a great answer for this yesterday, and I really hope you can say it again. So, if you can invent an ingredient for the future, what would it be?
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. As I said yesterday, I think I'd make like a seasoning or like a spice that can maybe fix up food. Like, let's say you're in the kitchen and you're trying to follow like a recipe, for maybe a pasta sauce, and it doesn't taste that good, and then you would just add the seasoning or the spice, and it would just fix up your food, and make it taste way better. And I'm not sure what would be in it, but I think that would just be like really helpful, especially because my mom will need that. Because one time she was cooking and she was making a sauce that I really like to make, and she made it kind of nasty. So I kind of had to fix it. And
Did you fix it?
yeah.
Okay, good. So you're the magic powder, you see? Great. Go ahead, guys.
Can you repeat the question? I already forgot.
See, of course. So, if you could invent like a food or an ingredient in the future, like what would it be?
It would probably be a little kind of similar to what Iman said. Like I think a sauce or like a seasoning that depending what you're cooking, like if it's something sweet, you can just add that same seasoning and it will like maybe like maple syrup or like sugar. Like so depending on what you're making, if it's something salty or something sweet, maybe that sauce or like seasoning, you can use it like as a
Like it
replace-
transforms depending on what you need it for?
yeah,
kind of
like it
thing?
will function that way. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a multi-sauce.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, what you said is a great idea about the spice. But I have like a little different approach. I would think I create like a fruit, another one that has multi-protein, like I don't know, something that meat contains for vegans too, to have like the energy and power like to fully function. So something basically meat, but like meat free, that is a fruit. Kind of weird idea, I know.
No,
but
it's great.
I'll
And
have.
just to be a bit crazy here, like, do you think this meaty fruit is gonna grow in a tree or in a factory, like be made in a factory, or grown in a lab, for example?
Well, I think we could. I actually have no idea who would do it, but I guess.
It doesn't matter. We're imagining here.
Yeah. Well, my imagination says that it'll probably be like something we can make into a tree, or maybe like carrots underground, or maybe even like grass, like bananas or something.
Okay, amazing. So somehow we manage a way to create this super tree that grows this superfood.
Yeah.
I love it. Amazing. So we got a couple more questions, and we will stop grilling you, okay? And then we'll open it up to you guys to see if anybody has anything to ask to these amazing ladies. So obviously, you guys know that we all need to eat to stay alive, right? It's a necessity, and we cannot exist without it. But do you think, or why do you think? No, actually, do you think food is important apart from the fact that we need it in order to stay alive? Do you think there's other things that make food important?
Well, I think it is really because it also gives the like protein, energy. Like after eating a lot of sugar, you're really energetic. And
So I'll give you an example. I find that food is really important in order to keep me alive and keep me healthy. But I find that food, it's the best thing for people to come together. So I find that when you cook lasagna and you have your family or your friends over, and everybody might be around the house, your dad is in his desk, your mom is doing laundry, whatever, right? When you've made that lasagna, everybody comes together and you sit down and you're chatting or not, or maybe you're having an argument, but you're all together, right? And I find that that's one of the most important things about food and cooking. So like I said, so apart from the nutrition and the proteins and all of that that we need in order to stay alive, do you think there's something else? Yeah.
That's right. Yes, and also like the food culture, like in Mexico, tacos maybe, and Japan, like sushi, stuff like that. Um,
Yeah, so
it'll
food is
probably
culture.
like definitely it is a really important part of like everybody's life. So yeah, it's really important.
Super. Go ahead.
This is what you shared with me yesterday, but I think, like it's important, like to get people to get together. And I think for if I had to choose like a food for people to get together, it'd probably be my that Mandy says vodka pasta. I love making it, and she told me how to make vodka pasta. And now every time my mom has like guests over, and I'm making pasta, it's most likely what I'm making. Or even if I'm not making pasta, I'll always like choose that.
Amazing. So you realize that your vodka pasta sauce is becoming like a bit of like a tradition in your family, and you're building that. And that's my point. That there's all these other sort of layers, like an onion, right? That involves food. Brittany, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's also really important to bring people together, but I also think it's really good, like the food is really good to represent different cultures, since different cultures like different types of food. And I also think it's a great way for people to experiment with different types of ingredients. And it's also a lot of people's passions too.
Amazing. Yes. Okay, so last question for you guys. And this one we did not practice because I deliberately wanted to see what you thought, okay, in the moment. So from all the grown-ups here that I said already, they are somehow involved with food and restaurants. If you could ask them to change one thing about food, about what we eat, or about a restaurant or how we cook, to change one thing, what would you ask them? If you would ask them to change anything, of course.
I think a lot of restaurants have a lot of great things, but there's also a lot of like fast food restaurants that are highly processed, and that a lot of people like it because it's fast food, and they also like really like it. But it's also not really that good for people's health because it can cause heart disease and cancer. So I think we should try to make our food less processed.
Okay, so you would ask them to make our food less processed. Couldn't agree more. Yes. Yes, love.
Well, really similar idea here. I don't know why it just popped up the same idea. Like a lot of processed food is getting into basically anything you see in fast food restaurants, basically everything. And in McDonald's, you would find the French fries are basically not even fries, like no potatoes. Kind of disappointed.
I bet. Yes. All right.
And also, like what Angel said, if you go to McDonald's, like at this point, you don't even know what's real or fake. It's like I don't know, and like I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. It's okay not to know. We don't know neither. That's why we're here. We're trying to figure it out, basically. So I guess you guys don't eat McDonald's.
And one time I was on Uber Eats because I wanted to find something to eat. And there was like this restaurant, and it was a fast food restaurant, and like one of like their like meals that they had on their like menu, it was almost 1,000 calories for only like one little like thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. A lot, right? Yes, exactly. And the thing is that it's not also the amount of calories that you have to think about, it's also the quality of those calories. Because if you're eating like a really good fish that is good fats for you, and you're putting a bunch of protein next to it and quinoa and vegetables, and you end up intaking 1,000 calories, well, it's a big meal. You probably shouldn't eat much more the rest of the day, but all that your body's getting is really, really good for you. The problem is when the quality of those ingredients used to make those 1,000 calories are not very nutritious. So you're eating and you're just gaining all that energy, because calories are energy, and your body's like, yo, I'm empty. There's nothing good here for me, right? So that's something that is very important. So calories, don't worry too much about calories, but worry about like what's making those calories. Yeah? You want to say something? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I also agree. So like, so when you look at the calories, it's not really that much that matters. It's also the ingredients. Because for example, if you eat, let's say, 500 strawberries, it could have more than 1,000 calories too, but it's still healthy for you.
Exactly. That's exactly the point. Amazing. So I have no more questions for you guys. I do wonder if anybody wants to ask anything. Yes?
So I just wanted to ask, girls, thank you so much for being here. You're all so intelligent and so charismatic, so I really have to commend you for being here. You guys are doing an amazing job. I wanted to ask, if you had a restaurant, what would you serve and what would you call it?
Ooh, good questions.
Uh,
You can share it, yeah, because if somebody else has a question, then she can pass it around.
So I think my parents remember this, but when I was 8 years old, I actually wanted to have my own restaurant, but I decided to make my own cooking show instead because I also want to be an actress and a singer, so I wouldn't have enough time to manage that restaurant. Um, but when I was 8, I do remember that I was planning my own restaurant and I was like getting so worked up about it. I was like, okay, I have to do this. How would I design it? So I really had like a really big plan of having that restaurant, and I remember me wanting to name it Tasty Hills, and I had my own logo and everything. What I wanted to serve is basically foods from different cultures, like Hispanic, Asian, and also foods that were made in the house, not just like already like frozen and prepackaged. Foods that are like made from home and like we know what ingredients we're putting in it, so it's like more healthy.
Amazing. The good news for you is that you can make it as an actress, and then you'll have a lot of money to open that restaurant. So there's a chance, yeah? You guys?
well, I actually just came up with this idea. Maybe like a restaurant where like, have you been to Mr. Awan? The best pizza. Literally. I'm sorry, but I love it. Absolutely, especially the Nutella one.
I think he was around, right? Yeah. He was actually, the chef from Mr. One was here earlier. I don't know if he's here now, but yeah.
So cool. Yeah, so maybe like a little like restaurant that's called Real Food. Why not? Like why not real food?
Yeah, exactly. Why not, right?
Yeah, like
Yes.
why McDonald's when you have like real food? And
Exactly.
maybe they could actually like show you like show you how it is done, and like also like you said, like real food that contains like actual ingredients instead of like processed foods.
Amazing.
Mm, Also, like what Angel and Brittany said, and I like the idea of like having the like customers see how you like make each dish, and I think on the menu there would definitely be like different foods from different cultures, and like
Pasta a la vodka.
yeah, that'd be the specialty.
Amazing. Okay. Anybody else? No? Okay. Bueno, I want to thank you girls so much for joining us. I'm pretty sure you're very happy that you skipped school this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, this is it, guys. This is the end of the 4th edition of Lengua. I will not say any more thank yous because I think everything has been said already. I want to thank you guys for putting me on, finally. And and yeah, that's it. Let's go outside. Let's mingle. Let's have some tacos and some drinks. And thank you so much. Thank you.